Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. This is going to be a little Power Rangers topic discussion video. I plan on doing these two videos back to back. This is going to be the first one, and the next one I will actually rank all the Power Rangers themes. But this one I wanted to discuss why I personally have a problem and think it's such a problem that effectively we've been using a version of Go-Go Power Rangers for 10 years now. Ever since it came back with Samurai, we've basically taken the core of the MMPR theme and grafted various levels of originality over it, but it makes it all feel very samey. And for me, it's kind of a physical representation of the main problem with the show just trying to replicate MMPR. And I think that's the problem. And it's not going to be a problem for everybody. Everyone has just different tastes. I know some people don't mind it, some people do, some people are kind of in the middle. And like, that's fine. If you like all the themes and don't mind it, that's fine. But I just want to talk about why I think it's such a problem. And the thing is that, like I said, it represents in a way physically in the form of the song, if that, not physically, but you know what I mean, it's like a good representation of what the show's been doing in the meta sense too, because after MMPR, and then from the themes after that, we evolved. Zeo was similar for a purpose and a reason, because it made sense. And then Turbo was different, but you had the Go-Go Power Rangers riff in it. And then after that, we slowly had original themes, and we broke away from it for a long time. And a lot of them did have the words Go and Power Rangers in it, but not Go-Go Power Rangers. And that was a good way of having still that branding you want while still making it different. And because of the way it evolved, I feel each season had its own distinct identity. And this would be a different story if we only did this for a couple years and then it didn't work. But they did it for so long, I don't know why they wanted to revert so much. And it kind of represents for me what happened with the show in general. Is we went so long with the show having distinct different seasons that it sucks to see it devolving back to one. And that's kind of, the song just kind of represents what's happened to the show overall with that. Now, for certain seasons that we've had in the last decade, it does make a little bit of sense. Like Samurai was the first one when Power Rangers came back after Saban brought it back, so it would make sense they would use a theme like that, especially when all the eyeballs were on them at the time. Megaforce, it makes sense because it was the anniversary and because Megaforce Season 1 did a lot of MMPR homages, and to an extent Dino Charge makes sense, or Dino Charge, excuse me, I keep doing that. Dino Fury makes sense because it's a Dino season, it's going to be the last one in this iteration, but at the same time, for me, the reason I don't like it personally is I feel it robs each season of its identity. And some people don't feel that way, but I do. I think that every season from Zeo afterwards has its own unique theme and it helps forge its own unique identity and tone. And I feel that's robbed that. And it's made all these seasons kind of glob together. And it's not just the theme by itself with the use of Go-Go Power Rangers. That's one key part of it. But it's kind of an overall branding. Like not only are they using the Go-Go Power Rangers theme, but they're recreating the MMPR score. Outside of like maybe 2 or 3 unique score beats that Gnome does, which he's still reuses every year. Most of the score is reuse of beats you would hear in the MMPR score, whether it's, you know, just the Go-Go Power Rangers riffs, or Bulk and Skull's fake music, Rita's Palace fake music, the music whenever they're at the juice bar area, and then you also have just them trying to replicate that 1993 goody-goody vibe. And it's all those things together that I feel have devolved everything, and it's made everything feel like one tone. We've had so many different themes from Samurais to Dino Knights, and yet in my head it all tonally feels the same. Whereas I can look at something like Lightspeed Rescue and Mystic Force and I have a distinct tone and vibe for each of those seasons that fit their respective themes. And for me personally, I'm not saying it always happens and that certain shows haven't set them apart in certain aspects, but for the most part it's just a key figure in giving everything a very samey vibe. And it just sucks, and I know they want to do it for the branding, and that makes sense to a degree. But at the same time, here's the thing. Like I said, when they started with Samurai, it made sense that they'd want to use Samurai for that because they were bringing the franchise back. But at the same time, they had an opportunity to start a whole new generation of fans. And like, they talk about, oh, the show's for 2 to 6-year-olds, it's not for the older fans, and I'm not saying to cater to the older fans. That's not what I'm saying here. But I'm saying, sure, okay, that's the target audience, no problem. Then who's all this MMPR crap for? Because kids aren't going to know about that. They're not going to care that you're using the Go-Go Power Rangers theme, or that that's a reversion of Rita's Palace theme, or that you did an Ernie's Juice Bar reference. Like, who is this for then? Like, the show's for 2 to 6-year-olds, but you're doing all this intense nostalgia marketing. It's weird, and that frustrates me because you're always reminded of the target audience, but it makes no sense to do all this MMPR stuff. I mean, I know there's kids that watch it on Netflix, Netflix. But I think in general, when they came back, they had an opportunity to create a whole new generation of fans and sweep all the MMPR baggage in the trash and start anew with new themes and vibes and music. And I'm not sure why they didn't do that. I mean, I just don't think the business idea of let's do everything the way we did it in 1993 and it'll work in 2010 was the soundest. But that's just my rambling opinion. For me personally, I just think it really robs things of a distinct identity, and I really miss each season feeling like it's having its own theme songs. I mean, I recently re-listened to all of them, and once you get past RPM, it's like just this blob of sameness for me. But what do you guys think about the continued use of Go-Go Power Rangers? Do you not mind it and don't mind seeing it continue in the future? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can catch my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.